Nayak,
Well,
who are the officers present today?
the commissioner CMC will be present, my lords, the health officer CMC as well as the city engineer, all of them should be present.
Well, where is the CMC commissioner?
Take it.
Sir, namaskar.
Problem.
Sir, namaskar.
We are not able to see you,
who is there,
Mr.
ma'am?
Commissioner. Now it's all right. So, who is there from the collector?
ADM was instructed to appear.
Yes. He is the nodal officer. And the collector has said that on every day he will remain present.
My lord.
Why he is not there?
My lords, what has happened today is, my lords, we are expecting that the matter will be listed on the 5th. So this matter would be listed on the 5th for all compliances. But that was the date, that was the 5th and 19th.
No, actually last date it was fixed, but because the fact
My
that
lord.
all of them would be busy in
With
that
Bali Yatra.
Bali
My lord,
Yatra,
my
that's why
that somehow we
matter.
thought that matter would become in the
No, but
will come on the 1st.
since the and the earlier intimation has been given by our nodal officer that these matters will be taken up, these particular matters will be taken up. All these things have been no. We are that. Please,
I am calling.
So, Mr. Nayak, we just want to show that I think 3 days back in one local newspaper and today also in one of the local newspaper, the heading is about the Bali Yatra, Kudha Kudha Aborjana Nakopata Durgandha. And the report reads like this, ଯେ ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରା ସରିବା ପରେ ସୁଆଣ୍ଡସୁ ପ୍ରଶାସନ ପକ୍ଷରୁ ସର୍ବନିମ୍ନ ପରିମାଣ ସେବା ଯୋଗାଇ ଦିଆଯାଇଥାଏ କିନ୍ତୁ ଏଥର ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରା ପରେ ପ୍ରଶାସନ କୌଣସି ପଦକ୍ଷେପ ନେଉନାହିଁ ଫଳରେ ପଡ଼ିଆ ଓ ପାର୍ଶ୍ୱବର୍ତ୍ତୀ ରାସ୍ତା ସବୁଆଡ଼େ କୁଢ଼ କୁଢ଼ ଆବର୍ଜନା ଗଦା ହୋଇଛି ଆବର୍ଜନା ସାଙ୍ଗକୁ ପୁଣି କାଦୁଅ ଓ ବାସି ଖାଦ୍ୟ ଯୋଗୁଁ ଚାରିଆଡ଼େ ନାକଫଟା ଦୁର୍ଗନ୍ଧ ପଡ଼ିଆ ଭିତର ଯାହା ଯେମିତି ପାର୍ଶ୍ୱବର୍ତ୍ତୀ ମୁଖ୍ୟ ରାସ୍ତା ଅଳିଆରେ ପୋତି ହୋଇଛି ଉପର ପଡ଼ିଆରୁ ଆହୁରି ସାଂଘାତିକ ଅବସ୍ଥା ହେଉଛି ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରା ତଳ ପଡ଼ିଆ ଚଳିତ ବର୍ଷ ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରାରେ ଉଭୟ ଉପର ଓ ତଳ ପଡ଼ିଆରେ 17 ଦିନ ସଫେଇ ପାଇଁ 52 ଲକ୍ଷ ଟଙ୍କାରେ ଠିକା ସଂସ୍ଥା ଜାଗୃତିକୁ ଦାୟିତ୍ୱ ଦିଆଯାଇଥିଲା ଅର୍ଥାତ୍ ଉକ୍ତ ସଂସ୍ଥା ଗତ 13 ତାରିଖରୁ ଆସନ୍ତା 30 ତାରିଖ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ପଡ଼ିଆ ସଫା କରି ଜିଲ୍ଲା ପ୍ରଶାସନକୁ ହସ୍ତାନ୍ତର କରିବ ବୋଲି ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦେଶ ଦିଆଯାଇଥିଲା କିନ୍ତୁ ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରା ଶେଷ ହେବାକୁ 4 ଦିନ ବିତିଗଲା ବେଳେ ଲୋକ ଦେଖାଣିଆ ଢଙ୍ଗରେ କେବଳ ଉପର ପଡ଼ିଆରେ ଆଜି ଝାଡୁ ହୋଇଛି ଏମିତିକି ପଡ଼ିଆର ସ୍ଥିତି ଯାଞ୍ଚ କରିବାକୁ ଜିଲ୍ଲା ପ୍ରଶାସନର କୌଣସି ଅଧିକାରୀ ସେଠାରେ ଦେଖା ମିଳୁନି ଏପରି ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ ଟେଣ୍ଡର ଅବଧି କାଳ ଆଉ 3 ଦିନ ଥିଲାବେଳେ ଉଭୟ ଉପର ଓ ତଳ ପଡ଼ିଆ କିଭଳି ସଫା ହେବ ତାକୁ ନେଇ ଚିନ୍ତା ଘାରିଛି ଏହା ସହ ଏବେ ବି ପଡ଼ିଆରେ 70% ବାଉଁଶ ଦୋଳି ଆଦି ବନ୍ଧା ରହିଛି this is the report apart from other things I just so yes Mr. Commissioner and you have
Yes, already there.
yes please
ADM sir.
Yes, Mr. Commissioner and Mr. ADM, I hope that you are aware about the present condition of the Baliyatra Padiya and the garbage are there, pungent smell is there and the one somebody was given tender to clean it for 17 days, and the last date is 30th. Now, what has been reported and the photographs that has been there, and our nodal officer has also taken pain to photograph the Bali Yatra. Please see it. Play Karantu. Next photograph. Full size ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଗୋଟେ ପରେ ଗୋଟେ ଫଟୋଗ୍ରାଫ ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ ଆଉ ଏଠି ମେନ୍ କୁ ଫେରିବା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ so one after another पूरा full size देखिए yes next ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ ଭିଡିଓ ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ
ଫଟୋ ଭିଡିଓ କରିବ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଛାଡିଦିଅ ସେ ନୋଡାଲ ଅଫିସର
यूज କରନ୍ତୁ
କାମ ଚାଲିଛି କାମ ଚାଲିଛି ସ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଚର ବି ଆଜି ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଖୋଲିକି
ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ରେଜିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ଲୋକ ପଠେଇକିନା ଦେଖୁନାହାନ୍ତି ଅବସ୍ଥା କେମିତି
ସାର୍ ଏଟା ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଚର ଗୁଡା ବି ଇମିଡିଏଟଲି ଖୋଲିବା କଥା
କିଛି ନାହିଁ and pungent smell ଆସୁଛି ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ଇଏ ଗୁଡାକ ସବୁ ଖାଦ୍ୟ ଗୁଡାକ ସବୁ ପଡିକି ରହିଛି
ଖାଦ୍ୟ ଯୋଉଟା ସବୁ ଦୋକାନ କରିଥିଲେ ସେ ଗଦା କରିଦେଇକି ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କ ସେମାନେ ବି ସଫା କଲେନି ତାଙ୍କୁ ବି କିଛି ଫାଇନ ହେଲାନି ମାନେ 30% structures are still there.
ଏ ପଡିଆଟାକୁ ଏ ପଡିଆଟାକୁ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରନ୍ତି ପିଲାମାନେ ଖେଳିବା ପାଇଁ ଲୋକମାନେ ମର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ୱାକ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଶନିବାରରୁ ସରିଲାଣି ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରା ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ ଦି କଣ୍ଡିସନ ଆଉ ଉପର ପଡିଆର ନେଇଥିବେ ସେମାନେ ଏଟା ତଳ ପଡିଆ ଦେଖଉଛନ୍ତି ଏଟା ବି ତଳ ପଡିଆ ତାପରେ ନେକ୍ସଟ ପ୍ଲେ କରନ୍ତୁ ଚକ୍ରି ଫକ୍ରି ସବୁ ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ବି ରହିଛି next video ଛାଡି ଦିଅ ତାପରେ ନେକ୍ସଟ ଏଟା ଦେଖେଇଥିଲ ଆଉଟା ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଦେଖ ठीक है बंद करो क्लोज कर देंगे Yes, Mr. Commissioner and Mr. Nodal Officer of the Collector, Mr. ADM. What do you say? No, you please unmute. Please unmute.
सर 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 आमर माने बालीजात्रा सरिया परठारु मध्ये आमर रेगुलर बालीजात्रा पूर्व भी काम चलीथिला सैनिटेशन बालीजात्रा सरिया परे भी रेगुलर आम काम से एजेंसी जो करूची ताकू मॉनिटरिंग करूचु किंतु सर आमर टिके डिले हला डिसमेंटलिंग कामटा तथापि आमे 30 तारिख पर्यंत समय तांकू देइचु 2 दिन भितर सर ताकू पूरा संपूर्ण रूपे क्लियर आम करिदबु मु निजे भी सर मॉनिटरिंग करी ताकू देखुची 30 तारिख भितर सर सब क्लियर हे जो सर क्लीन हे जो सर
जो मात्रा रे आपण देखिले एटा एबे
सर सर
तो आजिरो तो जो जिंसटा আজি तो बोधे शनिवार सरला माने रवि सोम मंगल बुध गुरु 5 दिन हे गला तो 5 दिन रो अवस्था या चक्री खोला हैनी बाउंस खोला हैनी ओलिया ये
सर आमे
ऊपर पड़िया रे पड़े आउरी अवस्था खराब सेठी भी सेमती सब ये होई एंड
काली सर सर माय सबमिशन इज गतकाली मध्ये आमे माइकिंग करिथिलु एनफोर्समेंट टीम नै कि से गुडा को तांकर जो चक्री लागिची किबा से स्टॉल करिसंती शीघ्र खोली देवा पई आमे सर सफाई भी अन्य पार्ट रे भी करी करी आसुचु किंतु परवर्ती स्टेज रे एबे भी फुटपाथ रे जो किछि लोक माने सर बिकुचनी तांको बारंबार कहिले भी माइकिंग रे सर से माने जाउ नांती तेनु एबे फोर्सफुली तांको उठेवा पई आमे सर बाध्य होचु यदि से माने सर खुलु नांती आमे भी माइकिंग करिचु ताकू आमे आमे जेसीबी लगेई से स्टॉल गुडा भांगी
से लोक माने बिकुआ कथा अलगा नु हम जो कोन पड़िया सारा से माने बिकुचंदी कि आपण तो देखिले ना वीडियो क्लिपिंग्स देखिले से माने गोटे साइड रे गोटे बिकुचंदी से अलगा कथा हमें कहूँ जो पड़िया सारा जहाँ हमें वर्तमान वीडियो क्लिपिंग रे देखिलु आ जो लोकल न्यूज पेपर रे जोड़ा को पब्लिश हेची सेथुरु जना पड़ुची जे आपण जनकू दायित्व देइचंदी सफाई 17 दिन पई 52 लाख टंका रे एवं 30 तारिख दिन पर्यंत से सफाई करी पूरा पड़िया सफा करी आपन को हस्तांतर करिवो तो आउ तो मात्र 3 दिन रहिला आज है 28 29 30 आउ 2 दिन रहिला समय आपण जदी आजिर अवस्थाटा एया जहाँ देखिले आपण 2 दिन भीतर केमती भाबुचंती से सब सार दे कि आपन को हैंड ओवर कर दो
कोहाय जे सर संको सर मैन पावर सर लगेई
सेई टाइप रो तद्रुप अवस्था सेते बेले भी आमे कहितुलु ऑनरेबल जजेस मानकर घर रहूची अन्य ऑफिसेस रहूची स्कूल ये सब रहूची सेठी पाखा पाखी हॉस्पिटल्स रहूची सेम जिंस आपण पकेई किने रखिचंदी से पड़ियाटा को मॉनिटर करंती पिला माने विभिन्न प्रकार खेल सब खेलंती What is your reply, Mr. Nodal Officer? What is your instruction?
सर नमस्कार सर सर मो गतकाली सर आम डिस्कसन करिसलु सर से ताको एजेंसी के कुहा जे अदर एडीएम जे हमरो सेटा को देखुछन्ती कल्चर पार्ट टाको हमें ताको इंस्टॉल करा है से एजेंसी की से मैन पावर तार आ रीइंफोर्स करबा ता 30 तारिख भीतर सर ताको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट टाइम भीतर ताको टोटल वेन्यूटा केमते क्लीन हो सेटा को से इंश्योर करियो सर
Now, suppose he will not be able to finish it by 30th. Then what will do? What is your terms and condition in that? You must have made a part of the payment.
सर My submission, sir, actually, the other ADM is looking into the details of that. ମୁଁ sir ଖାଲି ensure କରିବି ଯେ ଆମେ cleaning part ଟାକୁ sir ଆମେ କରି 30 ତାରିଖ ଭିତରେ ସେ venue ଟା
The
sir
other ADM is
No,
Mr. Nodal Officer.
Sir.
If for everything else you have to rely on the other ADM, why you have joined the VC?
sir
When you have been appointed by the collector to assist the court, either you assist us or don't waste our time. The shifting of the blame from this to that is going on for quite some time now. For everything you said, say X will do, Y will do, why you are there online then? Yes, Mr. Naik.
My lord.
What is it going on?
we are expecting when the collector said that a nodal officer would be engaged, we expected that everything he will
Yes,
look
yes,
into and give a proper reply to the court and see this type of reply. ए विषय कौन से माने जानी नाहांती जे बालीयात्रा पड़ियार अवस्था कौन जानी नाहांती या द्वारा लोक मानकर जो शारीरिक समस्या सृष्टि हबो सेटा जानी पाउछंती ना नाही सेठी जो कंडीशन टा हेइची से धूली उडुथिबो ता धीरे जो जीवाणु सब आसुथिबे जो पंजेंट स्मेल होउची हां सेठी जो इंस्टीट्यूशंस गुडा अछि हॉस्पिटल्स रेसिडेंट्स अछि हां
तापर जो किछि काम होनी जो दिन हमर एठी बेंच हबो बोले होची सेई दिन खाली ओटे धर्म को आखिठार भलिया करचंती आपण
कौन सु
सर एनिमल्स
हम्म
सर गाई एनिमल्स माने खाउछन से जोडा
Right,
सेठी
right.
सर पॉलिथिन सर दे आर आल्सो सफरिंग
नहीं नहीं सेटा सब पड़ी परा सेठी पचिया गंध होउची से दैट इज द थिंग से आजी रो एगुडा फोटो गुडा आजी सब छाडछन
एनिमल्स सर से
कौन से सफी डाई कंडीशंस
as it fell from his lordship.
कैंटनमेंट को जाई थी फोटो उठे आनी थी कैंटनमेंट रोड जाक लोक बसी बिकुछन हमर ऑर्डर थिला जे बसिबे नाही के बेस माने
से मैटर टाको हमें रखिछु से जो ये पाए विल टेक that whether it has been the order has been flouted or not we'll see on that day aji ame eta take up kariar je because ए जो एजेंसी को देइछन तार 30 तारिख दिन सरी जीवो आ से लोकटा कोन 52 लाख टका रे कोन ता सहित एग्रीमेंट हेजी ए कंडीशन आजी रो अछि से आ 2 दिन भीतर कोन से करियो
Mr. Naik, who is that ADM, other ADM? Ask him to join. Ask him to join. Let us know from him.
sanitation the
or ask the collector to join through the virtual mode let him give a reply
earlier my lord sanitation ta health department through thila इबे तो सेग्रीगेट कर देला पर एंड कोलैप्स करी किछि नै
Segregate कर देला पर माने
sanitation ता हेल्थ अफसर इन चार्ज रे थिले ताको उठेनी आउ जन दे दैछन उडा को डिवीजन अलगा डिवीजन जा पदे sanitation हम जा भी कहूछु डेंगू केमे मरिबो तांकले चोक जागा अलगा लोक बुझिबे अलगा एजेंसी यस आई विल सबमिट डॉक्यूमेंट्स एंड डॉक्यूमेंट्स ऑफ द एलआरसी
we'll see हमें आसीबु डेंगू को आसीबु
माने आको उठिया पे हम हेल्थ अफसर को कहलु जे काइंडली को उठाते मरिया गुडा का ना sanitation पे अलगा लोक अछन जॉइंट कमिश्नर will take care of that.
That is exactly my esteemed brother is just shifting the
and when
responsibility from one to other.
He said to other assistant commissioners they are, and when I called to them, they are at Bhubaneswar, madam. This is the situation.
कॉरिडोर भी हला ने तरह सर माने एम्बुलेंस तो आरंभ करके ग्रीन कॉरिडोर सर जहा थिला सर हम देखिलो दी दिन सर ग्रीन कॉरिडोर भी
नहीं जहां आपण मिस्टर नायक मिस्टर प्रेसिडेंट जहां आपण देखिचंदी अव्यवस्था ये you highlight it we'll take up that matter that date is fixed I think December
12th and 19th
ई मैटर टाको हमें आगु नौ जे यार अर्जेंसी अछि एति पई माने से लोकटा नले पैसा नहीं पळेबो
ताको सर पैसाटा हेल्ड अप करले हबो से सब क्लीन हबो जा हबो हमें सर
नहीं सेट पई मु तो क्वेश्चन पचारली ना वी पुट द क्वेश्चन जे जदी से लोक 30 तारिख भितरे आ 2 दिन तो अछि तो लागुनी तो सारला बळिया जदी न सारिबो कोन ता पर आंसर किछि नाही
केते रिलीज इज
हाउ मच केते रिलीज हे जी पैसा सेटा भी सर
no he is not able to say anything he is relying on another ADM who is not joined
स्ट्रक्चर ओडा जी एक्चुअली उठेबा कथा सेटा एक्चुअली भी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन तांको देइथला ऑक्शन सेवन से स्ट्रक्चर ता इमीडिएटली नहीं जीवा कथा सेवन ताको रखचोंदी जा फल सफा भी
Yes.
My lord, I have already intimated collector and the ADM concerned, who is looking after the cleaning affairs. He will join immediately.
Okay.
My lord, they have not apprised me since they are appearing in person through virtual mode.
That the intimation was given that this bench will function ଗତକାଲି ଠାରୁ ଏବଂ କୋଉ କୋଉ ମ୍ୟାଟର ଟେକ୍ ଅଫ୍ ହବ
My lord, I have also,
ଆପଣମାନଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଜଣା
yes, I have also forwarded this
ନୋଟିସ ତ ଆସୁଛି ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟା ବେଳେ
to ADM. I have also forwarded.
ନୋଡାଲ ଅଫିସର୍ସ ମାନେ ଜଣେଇ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି ଆଜି ନିଜେ ଜଣେଇଛନ୍ତି
Yesterday night I have also,
ରେଜିଷ୍ଟ୍ରାର ଜେନେରାଲ ବି ସାର୍ କାଲି କହିଦେଇଛନ୍ତି
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ
already application
ମାନେ
I have also forwarded that message to ADM, sir. I have also forwarded that.
Yeah.
Maintain the other issues that are there, my lords.
Okay,
can
we
look
are
at that
taking
and-
up then just the moment he joins,
Ma'am.
we'll follow it. Wait, follow it. Okay, the first, as per the list,
My lord.
the first one is wire mesh fencing and damaged footpath on both sides of the Taladanda Canal. As we find that the order number 168 dated 19/9/24, prior to that, we asked the learned president of the High Court Bar Association with the advocate committee member to visit the Taladanda Canal. से जो wire mesh fencing both side रे केते दूर complete ହେଇଛି ଆଉ କଣ ହେଇଛି ତାକୁ ଦେଖିବା ପାଇଁ ସେ report ରେ ଦେଇଥିଲେ ଯେ ଜୋବ୍ରାରୁ ମାତୃଭବନ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ସେ ଦେଖିଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ଦେଖି ଲେଖିଥିଲେ ଯେ 8ଟା ସେଠି ବ୍ରିଜ ରହିଛି
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଏପଟରୁ ସେପଟକୁ କନେକ୍ଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ
My lord.
ଏବଂ 8ଟା ବ୍ରିଜ ଭିତରୁ 2ଟା ବ୍ରିଜ ରେ ଫେନ୍ସିଂ ରହିଛି
ଠିକ ଅଛି।
ଆଉ 6ଟା ବ୍ରିଜ ରେ ଫେନ୍ସିଂ ନାହିଁ ଫେନ୍ସିଂ ର ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ ହେଲା ଯେ ଲୋକମାନେ ଯେମିତି
ଆବର୍ଜନା ନ
ଗାର୍ବେଜ ତା ଭିତରକୁ ନ ପକାନ୍ତୁ ଯୋଉଟା କି ଆଗରୁ ହାଇଲାଇଟ ହେଇଥିଲା
Well.
ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆମେ କହିଥିଲୁ ଏବଂ ସେ ମଧ୍ୟ ରିପୋର୍ଟରେ ଲେଖିଥିଲେ ଯେ those 2 numbers of bridges were fenced with wire mesh fencing and the same has been done by Mahanadi South Division.
Right.
And in the rest 6 numbers of bridges, there does not exist any wire mesh fencing. And it is informed to them that those are to be carried out by the R&B division.
R&B has meanwhile shifted that entire responsibility to the CMC. CMC has already floated a tender. The tenderer has already deposited additional performance
Just a minute.
security.
R&B कौन କରିଛନ୍ତି?
That those 6 wire mesh fences for the 6 bridges will now be carried out by the municipal corporation.
That has been entrusted to
My lord.
CMC.
My lord. We have already floated the tender.
Tender has been
Floated. The selected bidder has been asked to deposit the additional performance security.
Tender has been finalized.
My lord, it's selected. His bidder is selected.
Finalized. Yes.
The work order, my lords, will be issued to the bidder within 7 days. My lords, instructions are work will be completed by the end of January 25.
Work order to be issued.
My lord, within 7 days, my lords.
7 days.
And the work is scheduled to be completed, my lords, by the end of January 2025.
January.
जो मूवमेंट रे जॉइन करिवे कहिवे मिस्टर नायक
My lord.
कलेक्टर और ये जो आर एडीएम जॉइन कले कहिवे हम
My lord.
सर 9 मासरे आमे रिपोर्ट देइथिलु सर केबे सर जनवरी मास सर 4 मास 5 मास लागिवो 4टा ब्रिज पे सर
अच्छा आउ गोटे कथा बाय दी वे आपन पछारिया चाहूची इफ यू हैव गॉट द इंफॉर्मेशन आपन सेटा जेतेबेले प्रेसिडेंट कहिथिले एडवोकेट कमिटी रिपोर्ट देइथिले जे बोटिंग क्लब चालू करिया पई लाइटिंग अरेंजमेंट करिया पई से चालू हैला बोटिंग क्लब खोलिला ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆପଣ ପାଣିଟାକୁ ଏତେ ଡ୍ରାଷ୍ଟିକାଲି କମେଇ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି କଣ ପାଇଁ? Can you have any information? ସେଠି ପାଣି କେମିତି ଚାଲିବ ତ ଦେଖାଯାଉଛି କଳ?
I'll take instructions from the irrigation division on the 5th, my lord.
ହଁ, କଣ ପାଇଁ କଣ
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
କାରଣ କଣ?
I'll do that.
କାରଣ ପାଣି ଏଥିରେ ମେନ୍ ରିଭରରେ ଅଛି ପାଣି,
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ତ ଏଠୁ କାଇଁ ଏତେ କମେଇଛନ୍ତି କଣ ପାଇଁ?
I'll get that instruction.
ହେଲା? Now we'll take up the next matter. Next matter is absence of
Street lights.
street light and traffic control in the road
My lord.
leading from Jobra up to Tiribati Tarini Temple.
My lord.
ସେଥିରେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ସୁପରିଟେଣ୍ଡିଂ ଇଞ୍ଜିନିୟର ଗୋଟେ ଚିଠି ଆପଣ ପ୍ରଡ୍ୟୁସ କରିଥିଲେ,
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
which was addressed to Commissioner Cuttack Municipal Corporation, wherein it is mentioned that the widening and strengthening work of the right embankment of the Taladanda Canal leading from Swansea to is in progress and would be completed shortly. After completion of road, street light system would be necessary for convenience of the general public for free movement, and necessary estimate for street light system has been submitted to the Commissioner Cuttack Municipal Corporation to deposit the required fund. ସେଇ ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସ ରେ କମିଶନର କହିଲେ ଯେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଲେଟର ଇସ୍ୟୁ କଲୁ ଟୁ ଦି ସୁପରିଟେଣ୍ଡିଂ ଇଞ୍ଜିନିୟର R&B division dated ହଉଛି 23/8/2024, wherein it has been mentioned that the estimated cost is rupees 3,31,15,900
Okay.
towards the work heading hochi installation of street light at Taladanda Canal embankment road from NH16 junction to Nua Bazar junction,
Right.
both side,
Right.
hela, and Naya Bazar junction to Matagajapur Nua Bandha level crossing within CMC area under the state plan. So that is why we asked the London government advocate to obtain instruction two things. That when that road is likely to be, now you submitted that the road is likely to be completed within a month and fund will be allotted to the CMC to take necessary follow-up.
That has already been allotted, my lord. So we have already floated the tender.
Okay, just a minute. Fund allotted.
The exact estimated cost, my lord, is 2.82 crores.
Acha. Fund allot 2.82
82 crores, my lord.
Acha. Fund has been allotted to CMC.
My lord. Tender has
yes.
Pursuant to the allotment of funds, my lord, tender has been floated.
CMC has floated
My
tender.
lord. Now, my lord, the tender is being technically evaluated. We expect-
Just a minute. Yes.
My lord. Technical evaluation is under process as of right now. We expect to issue the work order by 15th December 2024. And we expect to complete them within 4 months by the 15th of April 2024.
Work order is likely to be
issued by 15th of December 2024.
15th of December 2024.
My lord.
And work is to be completed
15th of April 2025.
Okay. Now you come to the next one. Removal of encroachment from Mangalabag Square to Acharya Harihar Postgraduate Institute of Cancer.
Already done.
Done.
They are all removed.
No, we said that a compliance report in that regard is to be filed. Have you got it?
Already filed it. I'm just not able to find the.
It has been done. ତାଙ୍କୁ ଗୋଟେ କପି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ so that advocate committee ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଗୁଡାକ ରହୁଛି ମିଷ୍ଟର ନାୟକ ଆପଣ ଯଦି କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ କଲେ କହିଲେ ମାନେ will request the Learned President to send the advocates committee to that road because they have gone and they have pointed out. So once you say that it is completed, so we will request that let him give
let them go, another. Because my lord, last time we had the bench had been sized of the matter, my lord, it had already been done. But because of
so we are recording it that it has been completed. So advocate committee to find time to visit to that and give a report that And this thing also, Bali Yatra will decide this
My lord.
garbage clearance.
My lord.
We'll set a date as per after discussion, and we'll fix thereafter. The advocate committee will visit both Upper Bali Yatra Porja and Thala Bali Yatra.
Absolutely. My lord.
And we'll see the condition and give the report.
Ma'am.
But let that matter will be taken up after the appearance of the
सर ये जो मंगला सॉरी ये जो आचार्य हरिहर करके कैंसर इंस्टीट्यूट तो फ्रंट सर से जो ही जो वेंडिंग जोन सर माने इट इज वेरी माने अनफॉर्चुनेट सिचुएशन छ सर तळे सर सर रोषे करजंती ओपनली रोषे करिके सो दउचंती खाया पे कुक करिके सर
इटा जो कलेक्ट क्लियरेंस आपण ए जो क्लियरेंस कहउचंती से जो आपण जाई कि नहीं we are recording it, we are recording the statement of Mr. Nayak. So please give a visit if anything you notice that na eta रही जाई जे eta काम होबा दरकार आपण रिपोर्ट रे ये
पेंडिंग
हां आपण वेरीफाई करी गोटे ये दियंतु रेस्पॉन्स दियंतु तापर विल सी दैट बट फर्दर थिंग कैन बी डन
सर खाली कंप्लेंट्स रिपोर्ट तो आप
हां
दे दो आई हैव ऑलरेडी फाइल्ड एन
अच्छा लेट इट गो टू द लैंड एंड काउंसिल फॉर द CMC shall supply the compliance report to the land president of the High Court Bar Association during course of the day. Yes. तापर नेक्स्ट आइटम आसिला spreading of dengue in Cuttack city. एरा तो रेगुलरली बाहर छी पेपर रे.
The health officer is there, my lord.
Yes,
सर नमस्कार सर
कोन आपनकर कोंतु कोन आपन
सर हमें सर सब ऑल प्रिकॉशंस निया होची सर आ गोला वर्ष ए जे 930 केसेस थिला
नहीं नहीं आपण वर्तमान कोनसी कटकर लोक
सर
संध्या बा 5टा परे आउ तो खिड़की कबाट खोली पारु नाहंती तांको घरर कबाट खिड़की जोड़ाक दांडो आड़कू अच्छी बा छात ऊपर अच्छी ताकू खोली पारु नाहंती मशा जाइकिनी 3rd फ्लोर 4th फ्लोर भी पहुंच जाउचंती डेंसिटी एते मात्रा रे ही जाइची आपण कही देले एफिडेविट देई देले जे आमे एमती सफा करूचू एमती तेल पकोचू बुश काटुचू बस बहुत बड़ एफिडेविट देले आमे ताकू मध्य लेखिलु फर्दर स्टेप मध्य कोन नेबे कहिलु किंतु सिचुएशन आपणकर ऑफिस रे तो मशा थिबे ना नाही मशा नाहंती सेपटे CMC ऑफिस रे मशा अछंती तो
सर सर हमरो
आपण जो एफिडेविट ता देले जो जहा जहा स्टेप नउचंती जदी सेटा भाबुचंती सेटा सफिशिएंट बेली ताहले मशा प्रादुर्भाव कमुनी काई
सर टिके एस टिके मोर टिके सबमिशन सर सर ए जो सीजन टारे एरा टिके तांकर डेंसिटी टा जस्ट ए अप टू डिसेंबर जाए तांकर ब्रीडिंग सीजन टा सका से टिके बढ़े सर किंतु हमर ऑल प्रिकॉशंस हमें नउचू गला 2023 रे 930 केसेस हमें रिपोर्ट थिला डेंगू रो एबे सर अराउंड 513 मात्र सर अछि हमें सब प्रिकॉशंस न्यू सर
नहीं एटा कोन ए वर्षर 513 टा डेंगू केस रिपोर्ट हेची
हां सर जनवरी सर
आरिया देयर इज नो रेगुलर चेकअप अर्लियर देयर गोइंग
आपण कोन कहले आउ थरे कोंतु 2023 रे केतेटा डेंगू केस रिपोर्ट हेतला
930 सर
930 केस माने कटक रो तो
सर अर्बन रे सर अर्बन
अच्छा कटक 90 डेंगू केस रिपोर्ट हेतला वर्तमान ए वर्षर आपण कहउचंती नवेंबर हेलानी 513 टा मात्र रिपोर्ट हेची
513 सर
तो से खाली आपण कहउचंती जो डेंगू केस टा जो कमी जाईची पाखा पाखी 400 केस तेणु कटक रो मशा संख्या भी कमी जाईचंती ए आउची आपनकर
नहीं सर मशार डेंसिटी सर वर्तमान सर अछि 62 सर अछि 62 सर अछि जोटा कि 60 रु 70 होची मॉडरेट सर 60 रु 70 तनो हमें एई डिसेंबर सुधा एटा अराउंड बिलो 50 निश्चय सर पळे सो सर अब एक्टिविटी सब सर निया होची इट विल कम डाउन सर सियो
बार मेंबर को सुनंतु बार
my lord
sanitation
is totally worst. We have reported to health officer. He accompanied us. We have visited. We have proved that there is a number of garbages are there. But what happened, my lord? Sanitation was segregated from the health officer.
and there is another officer, joint commissioner is deployed. When we call him and send him the photographs, she was not responded. This is the order by which the sanitation is segregated from the health officer. Therefore, he show his incapability that I can do. When sanitation will be not there, how the dengue will be controlled? This is the situation at Cuttack.
Okay. What do you want to say?
डे टू डे जो मशा धुआं दिखती और तेल से होनी हो मझे किसी दिन पर्सनल ऑर्डर ऑफ दिस अनुल कोर्ट किसी दिन गले बट तापर दैट इज नॉट कंटिन्यू
आपण को एरिया कथा
मु एटा कहूची सीडीए कहूची एवं बेसिकली सीडी कहूची
सीडीए
अगेन
ओके यस मिस्टर दास कोन विषय कहबे कोन
पिलग्रिम रोड रो तारा बाबू कहउछथि जे सिटी जो अवस्था सिटी सर रेवेन्सा कॉलेज स्टूडेंट माने दे आर सफरिंग अ लॉट बिकॉज़ इट कलर
सेपटे मन को सफाउनी बुझ करिया
I've provided colored copies where your lordship may kindly see the stagnant water and माने सेगुडा भुरभुर हेकी बाहरुची ता भितर बबल्स
अच्छा एटा कोडी रेवेन्सा कॉलेज
रेवेन्सा कॉलेज
ए जो
प्लेन गेट रो
रेवेन्सा
उत्तर बाजार कलवर्ट
या कॉपी उडे देले सेम सी
डॉक्यूमेंट दे फोटो दा लेन ता
तो इस टाइप रो कंडीशन हेले आ मसा तो आराम से सेठी से माने सेठी खुलीबे आराम से घर करी
स्टूडेंट योर लॉर्डशिप करो ऑर्डर्स अनुसार जोगुडा डेमोलिश पे हैला तापर नळा काम किछि भी हेनी सेमिता बबल्स गुडा बाहरी कुछ सब दिन आगे से वाटर टा पूरा स्प्रेड करी गला
रेवेन्सा यूनिवर्सिटी रो फोटो अछि ता साइड रे ड्रेन एडा
आगे
पिल्ला माने रहउछन केते स्टूडेंट रेवेन्सा
संध्या बेले योर लॉर्डशिप कैन नॉट बिलीव आपण 5 मिनिट भी ठिया आइ परिबेन सेठी ए प्रकार मसा
This brick building is Revansha.
मान
छत्तीस नंबर वार्ड रे पानी जमी रही रास्ता ऊपर आठे पानी एबे मध्य पानी बिल्डिंग होउची मसार आमे कहलु ए ताको से पानी ताको केमके सब जीव जस्ट 10 हाथ आगे काटी देले रास्ता रे मेन नर्दमा रे मिसी जीव से 10 हाथ करूना दे हम जिल्लापाल को दिथर देलुनी रिप्रेजेंटेशन 36 नंबर वार्ड Badambadir just Shriram Nagar.
You have received the copy of this.
This one I have not received.
The photograph जोड़ा
that I have received.
that is ward number 38
what they don't the co order कौन दे
रेवेन्सा
first photographs were of ward number 38
देखि देखि এটা কোটি ইয়ার
এটা আর
One now 27 minutes.
शीघ्र
ना
1 now 27 minutes.
अपने
रास्ता
कंडीशन
3/4 रोड टा सर पूरा कवर हे के लोक से जाई पर मु सर जाई से बडा आसुतली बोली उठेली न तापर
അവിടെ വെച്ച് നുവാപ്പട ന്യൂ കോളനി similar situation at नुवापड़ा न्यू कॉलोनी लॉर्डशिप
Naik,
आज के
garbage
पानी
clearance is
बच
whose
गया।
responsibility?
Man,
Garbage clearance of these drains is whose responsibility?
sanitation man
Beg your pardon?
sanitation department
If the system which is not working, then why don't you change it and bring it under one head?
Malo I'll
If the system which has been put in place in 23 is not working,
Malo
I mean, ଆପଣ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି ତାର କଣ
Yes,
ଅବସ୍ଥା
ma'am.
ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ମୋ ପାଖରେ sanitation inspector ନାହିଁ ତେଣୁ ମୁଁ କରିପାରୁନି. We are not getting into all that.
Malo
What we want is
Yes.
work on the ground.
absolutely I get it. I'll discuss this.
ଯଦି ଆମର ରେଭେନ୍ସା ରେ ଆସିକି ପିଲା ପଢିକି ଏଠି ଡେଙ୍ଗୁରେ ସେମାନେ ହସ୍ପିଟାଲାଇଜ ହେବେ
No, Malo, it's not done. I'll instruct it.
and whatever that is, it's appalling.
Yes, it is. A shocking state of affairs. I'll discuss immediately. Try to find out how we can best.
मसा धुआं भी दिया होने
ମଶା ଧୁଆ ବି ବନ୍ଦ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ଆଉ ଦିଆ
Mr. Health Officer
ମଶା ଧୁଆ ବନ୍ଦ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ତ ଆଉ ଦିଆ ହବ
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ଦିଆ ହଉ ସାର୍ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ
କେବେ ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଦିଆ ହେଇଥିଲା
ସାର୍ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ୱାର୍ଡ କୁ ସାର୍ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଫଗି
କେବେ ଦିଆ ହେଇଥିଲା ଲାଷ୍ଟ କହିଲେ
ସବୁଦିନ ସାର୍ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ଲେନ୍
କୋଉଠି ଆଜି ତ ଦିଆ ହେଇନି ସେ ମଶା ଧୁଆ ମାନେ ଟିଫା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ତ
ସାର୍
ସେ ଯୋଉ ଗୋଟେ ଜଣେ ଲୋକ କାନ୍ଧରେ ପକେଇକି ଯୋଉ ଦଉଛି
Last month
ତାର ମୁଁ
hand
ତ
over
ସେକ୍ଟର
sir,
ସେରୁ
hand over.
କଲିଣି
last month
ପାଖାପାଖି ବର୍ଷ କି ଦିନେ ଦେଖିନି।
6 number ଦିଆଯାଇଛି ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ଆମର ଦିଆ ହେଇନି total cover
ଦିଆ
ହଉ total cover ହଉ ଜମା ନାହିଁ
Mr. Health Officer,
Sir.
the learned advocates of different wards
Sir.
of Cuttack town is present here,
Sir.
and there used to be a sound when that particularly that is used, but they are saying that nothing has been done, and you must be keeping a record.
Sir, sir ଅଛି ସାର୍ ଆମେ କର୍ପୋରେଟରଙ୍କ ସିଗ୍ନେଚର ଡେଲି ଆଣୁଛୁ
ସେ କର୍ପୋରେଟ କଥା କୁହନ୍ତୁନି
ସାର୍ ଡେଲି ଆମର ଜିପିଆରଏସ୍ ଫଟୋ
ପାଇଁ କାମ ହଉ
ଜିପିଆରଏସ୍ ଫଟୋ
sir. May I audible?
Yes, Mr. Party.
Last 10 months I am in sector 13. I have not seen single person about the cleaning or this issue.
No, that is the anxiety of
Yes.
also of the learned members of the bar. They are also saying that. And
ଏଇ କିଛି କ୍ଲିନ୍ ନାହିଁ ଯୋଉ ଗଦା ଯୋଉଠି ପଡିଛି
ଆପଣ ଯୋଉ ହେଲ୍ଥ ଅଫିସର ଆପଣ ଯୋଉ ଭାବୁଛନ୍ତି ନା ସେମାନେ ସେ ସିଗ୍ନେଚର ଟା ନେଇ ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି ତେଣୁ ସେ ଏରିଆରେ ଦିଆ ହଉଛି, don't rely on that. When a statement is made by the learned members of the bar, please go to the respective wards, you yourself, and see the conditions, the plight of the people. Unable to open their door and windows. They are even unable to open their mouth. ମୁହଁ ଖୋଲିଲେ ମଶା ପଶି ଯାଉଛି।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମୋର ପାଟିରେ ତିନି ଥର ବସି
ଆଉ ଏଭଳି କଣ୍ଡିସନ ରେ ଆପଣ ରେଭେନ୍ସା ୟୁନିଭର୍ସିଟି ଗୋଟେ ଅଟୋନମସ୍ ୟୁନିଭର୍ସିଟି ତାର ସେଠି ସଫା ହଉନି, ସେ ପିଲାମାନେ ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି କଣ ନା 400 ଏ ବର୍ଷ କମି ଯାଇଛି ତେଣୁ ମଶା ନିୟନ୍ତ୍ରଣ ହେଇଯାଇଛି। 930ଟା ଗତ ବର୍ଷ ହେଇଥିଲା ଡେଙ୍ଗୁ ରିପୋର୍ଟ ହେଇଥିଲା, ଆଉ ଏ ବର୍ଷ 513ଟା ହେଇଛି, ନଭେମ୍ବର ସରିବାକୁ ବସିଲାଣି, ତେଣୁ 400 କେତେ କମିଛି ମାନେ ଆମେ ଡେଙ୍ଗୁ ମଶା ବହୁତ ନିୟନ୍ତ୍ରଣ ହେଇଯାଇଛି। That's a absolutely wrong assessment.
Don't go by these numbers. Fairly stating in College Square, they are giving Tifa smoke in the morning at 5 a.m. Alternating.
Evening daba uchit sakal.
that is in the morning they say that
What do you say? How do you look into it, Mr.
Early morning रे sir हमरो guideline कोची sir early morning टा होची dengue mosquito biting time टा sir ତେଣୁ ଆମେ we are giving within 5ଟାରୁ 6:30 ଭିତରେ ଆମର ସାର୍ ସରି ଯାଉଛି। ଆମର ଜିପିଆରଏସ୍ ଫଟୋ ମଧ୍ୟ ସାର୍ ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଆମେ କରିଛି ମୁଁ ସାର୍ ତାକୁ ମୁଁ ପୁରା ରିଭ୍ୟୁ କରୁଛି ସାର୍ ୱିକଲି ଥରେ କୋଉଠି ହଉଛି ନ ହଉଛି ସାର୍ ସାର୍ ଅଲରେଡି ଆମେ ବି ସେଟା ଅପଲୋଡ କରୁଛୁ ସାର୍।
Collector Cuttack already joined.
on VC.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Mr. Collector, in some newspapers,
Sir.
Local Delhi,
Sir.
the report has been published and the heading is almost identical.
Sir.
ଯାତ୍ରା ପରେ ପଡିଆ କଥା ଭୁଲିଗଲା ପ୍ରଶାସନ, କୁଢ଼ ଆବର୍ଜନା, ନାକ ଫଟା ଦୁର୍ଗନ୍ଧ। ସେଇ ହେଡିଂ ରେ ବାହାରିଛି ଯେ ଗୋଟେ ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରାରେ ଉପର ଆଉ ତଳ ପଡିଆରେ 17 ଦିନ ସଫା କରିବା ପାଇଁ 52 ଲକ୍ଷ ଟଙ୍କାରେ ଗୋଟେ ସଂସ୍ଥା ଯାହା ନାମ ହଉଛି ଜାଗୃତି ତାକୁ ଦାୟିତ୍ୱ ଦିଆଯାଇଥିଲା ଏବଂ ସେ ସଂସ୍ଥା 13 ତାରିଖରୁ କାମ ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲା ଏବଂ 30 ତାରିଖରେ ତାର ସରିବ, ପଡିଆ ସଫା କରିବେ। Then we played the video which was taken by our nodal officer ଦିଟା ଜାଗାରେ। ସେଠି ଯାହା ଜଣା ପଡିଲା ଯେ କୁଢ଼ ଅଳିଆ ସବୁ ପଡିଛି, ବାଉଁଶ ସେମିତି ବନ୍ଧା ହେଇ ରହିଛି, ସ୍ମେଲ ବି ରହୁଛି, ପଞ୍ଜେଣ୍ଟ ସ୍ମେଲ ରହୁଛି, ସେ ଦୋଳି ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଖୋଲା ହେଇନି, ସେଠି ବେପାର ଚାଲିଛି, माने लोक माने आसुचंती बेपार करूचंती तो एई जो टाइप रो एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट होउची ता द्वारा लोक मानकर हेल्थ रे आंच आसीबो एई सबु ये को नै कि रिपोर्टटा पब्लिश हेची न्यूज पेपर रे दीटा न्यूज पेपर रे
sir,
तो आपणकर if you have visited the Baliyatra ground both upper and lower Padia,
sir,
we hope that you are aware about the condition of the. So, what you propose to take step? How the both these fields will be cleaned and
sir.
immediately.
सर आमे कौन करू छु सर एक्चुअली बालियात्रा सरला पर 3 दिन दिया होची सर जो लोग परमानेंट आम टेम्पररी इंस्टॉलेशंस करू छंती तांको काढीबा पई सर हमर 22 को क्लोज हेबा थिला सर 23 को क्लोज हैला सर एज पर द गवर्नमेंट डिसीजन
Right.
तो 24 25 26 से काढीबा कथा सर बट इट इज राइटली ऑब्जर्व सर कि से किछि किछि लोग माने 27 को भी थिले आज भी मु सकाळे देखिथिले आसीबा टाइम रे किछि लोग थिले बट सेटा एबे एनफोर्समेंट रे काढीबा चालीछि सर तापरे सर विद इन 4 days he should the agency should clean it sir तो आज ही जो मोर
Mr. Collector, just a minute.
सर
ସେମାନେ ଆମେ ଯାହା ଦେଖିଲୁ ଭିଡିଓ କ୍ଲିପିଂସ୍ ଆମର ନୋଡାଲ ଅଫିସର ପ୍ରଡ୍ୟୁସ କଲେ ସେମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ଲିମିଟେଡ ଏରିଆରେ ମାନେ ବିଜନେସ କରୁଛନ୍ତି
sir
ବଟ୍ ଏଣ୍ଟାୟାର ପଡିଆରେ ବାକି ଯୋଉ ପଡିଆରେ ବାଉଁଶ ବନ୍ଧା ରହିଛି ମାନେ ସେ ଯୋଉ ଅଳିଆ ଆବର୍ଜନା ପଡିକିନି ରହିଛି
Food waste,
ଫୁଡ୍ସ ଗୁଡାକ ସେ ସେମିତି ପଡିକିନି ରହିଛି ଯୋଉଥିରୁ କି ରିପୋର୍ଟର୍ସ ମାନେ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ସ୍ମେଲ ହଉଛି ପଞ୍ଜେଣ୍ଟ ସ୍ମେଲ କାରଣ ସେ ପଡିଆଟା ଆପଣ ଜାଣନ୍ତି ଯେ ଲୋକମାନେ ମର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ୱାକ୍ ପାଇଁ ଇଏ କରନ୍ତି ପିଲାମାନେ ସେଠି ଖେଳନ୍ତି ଉପର ପଡିଆ ତଳ ପଡିଆରେ ସ୍କୁଲ ବସ୍ ଗୁଡାକ ଆସିକିନି ରହେ ସେଠି ଆଡଜାସେଣ୍ଟ ରେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ସ୍କୁଲସ୍ ଅଛି ହସ୍ପିଟାଲ୍ସ ଅଛି ତେଣୁ ଏଇଭଳି ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ ସେ ଦୁଇଟା ଯାକ ପଡିଆ ଯଦି ଏମିତି କଣ୍ଡିସନରେ ରହିବ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଦେନ୍ what can be done you say
सर आमे जो टाइमलाइन थिला सर एक्चुअली सेटा फर्स्ट को सरीबा कथा बट आमे बाय 30th नाइट सर आमे सब क्लियर कर देबो एबे मु जस्ट फोटो भी मगाई थिली सर हमर जॉइंट कमिश्नर जो अछंती से इंचार्ज थिले सर सैनिटेशन रा आज 4टा बेले सर से स्पेशल गोटे ड्राइव निउछंती 100 पीपल एज प्रॉमिस्ड बाय द एजेंसी प्लस किछि लोग हमर सीएमसी रा भी मिसी के आज 4टा बेले जत्ते की जगह क्लियर अछि सर एबे जो मोर पाखरे फोटो अछि सर कटक इन कटक पूरा क्लियर करी सारले सर से जो कटक इन कटक एनक्लोजर थिला सेटा प्लस हमारा जो नदी साइड रा रोड थिला सेटा भी क्लियर करी सारचंती बट से इंश्योर करचंती आज 4टा बेले सर बोथ अपर पड़िया लोअर पड़िया रे गोटे ड्राइव नेबे पाखापाखि 150 टू 200 स्वीपर सहित और जेते की हमारा आलिया क्लियर ही परिबो आज राति सुधा कर देबे सर बट बाय 30th एज प्रॉमिस सर both the padias will be fully cleared sir
including से जो structures गुड़ा सब रही bamboo
से भी sir baliyatra related all structures also sir
okay. Including the upper Baliyatra Padia also
both padiyas sir
okay and then we are recording your statement Mr. Collector and suppose से जो संस्था संगे आपनकर एग्रीमेंट हेची से 30 तारीख भीतर न करी पारला we are recording your statement then it is to be the accountability is to be fixed
on him sir he will be penalized sir as per the agreement he will be penalized sir
then he has to clear up then the that entire the balance amount is to be given to him
sir once he clears then only the balance amount will be given sir if it doesn't clear by 30th sir proportionate amount will be deducted sir per day
because the next sitting would be on 5th and we'll take up this matter and we'll request the London president to send the advocates committee if you say that it will be done by 30th we are saying that let them visit on 2nd or 3rd let them visit and give
right sir
both the and with some photographs right and we'll also
and sir if the learned advocates committee visits sir let me also know then
yes,
I will send my representative sir
that will be informed in your presence they will visit. Of course
right.
that will be done and our nodal officer will also accompany that will be streamlined in that way
And another thing, Mr. Collector,
sir
the nodal officer whom you have designated to assist, he is not apprised of the situation. He is relying on somebody else. So kindly ask him to collate all the information and give it to the court. That is the function of a nodal officer. Otherwise, if you have to every time we have to call you, there is no point in having the nodal officer.
No, sir, we will rectify that also, sir.
This today your presence was required because we didn't get any answers from him. Kindly look into it and address it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That agency is supposed to give 600 labor every day, but they are not providing even if 100 labor.
So that the collector has assured that it will be done by 30th. And we hope that the
Mr.
collector
Chaudhary,
will
we are not
follow.
concerned with 100, 200 or
But
600.
we want that
We want the thing to be cleared. If the collector is of the opinion that 100 people plus some help from the CMC, it will be done. We are concerned with the, we are not concerned with the numbers.
That we will mention that the collector has assured this court that it will be done by 30th. Advocates team will visit on 2nd, and prior intimation is to be given to the land collector to remain present when the advocate committee visits, and our nodal officer also will accompany, so that let them visit and give a report on the next date will be 5th. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Collector.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
My lord, sorry, excuse. I had filed number 148.
Please. Wait. There are some matters have been listed.
Mr. Sahoo, you are physically present here. Somebody else is there on the screen, Mr. Sahoo. Who is he? ଆପଣ ନାଁ ବଦଳିଲେଣି ତ?
ନାଇଁ ସେଠି ନାଇଁ ପ୍ରକୃତରେ ଆପଣ ସେଠି ଗୋଟେ ଟୁନା ସାହୁ ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି। there is some other 1 2 3 ହେଇଗଲାଣି କି? You are the only. ସେଠି ପୁଣି କଣ? ସେଠି ଖୋଲି ଦେଇ ଆସିଛନ୍ତି ଯୋଉ ଅଫିସ ଖୋଲି ଦେଇ ଆସିଛନ୍ତି ନା କ୍ୟାମେରା ଅନ୍ କରି। All right. It's a lighter vein, so. So yes, we are on the midst of that dengue. Mr. Commissioner and Mr. Health Officer, please say something so that we can take note of it. And so don't go by that record. What my esteemed brother has pointed out, 930, 513, that is not the thing. The anxiety of the members of the bar, and you just listen what the Deputy Solicitor General also said. So, the president is here, and your land advocate of the CMC
You
is
see, if
also
the
here.
numbers are less, it is just by sheer providence. God has been kind, that's all. Let us not take credit for that. What the ground reality, his lordship has said in no uncertain terms. Loko muho kholiyaku daruchun, that is actually the reality.
Sir, I will up to December, sir.
You have ଆପଣ ଯୋଉ affidavit ରେ ଯାହା ସବୁ କହିଛନ୍ତି ଏଇଆ step ଆମେ ନଉଛୁ, ପ୍ରକୃତରେ ଯଦି ନଉଥାନ୍ତେ ମୁଁ ଭାବୁନି ଯେ ଏତେ ଜିନିଷ ଏଇ ସିଚୁଏସନ କୁ ଆସିଥାନ୍ତା। ଆପଣ ଯଦି ନଉନାହାନ୍ତି ନିଅନ୍ତୁ, ଯଦି ନଉଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ ଦରକାର ପଡୁଛି ତାକୁ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ତାର
ସାର୍ ଆମେ ତାର ଆଉ ଟିକେ ସାର୍ ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରା ଗୋଟେ ମଲିକ୍ୟୁଲ ଆଡ୍ କରିବୁ ସାର୍।
Mr. Naik, at least for some for next 2 to 3 months, bring the sanitation under the health officer. Let us see how it is working out.
Right. No. Let him look into his. Okay. So now this
Commissioner is there.
Commissioner.
Mr. Commissioner.
Sir.
The earlier arrangement of sanitation and the health being two independent wings that they will work in a better manner, that somehow has not worked. Seta kichi kama kalani. Tenu for the next 2 to 3 months, at least bring the sanitation also under the health officer.
Yes, ma'am.
Let us see how it works.
Yes.
Then we can address it.
Sir.
Do it with immediate effect, so that there will be some accountability.
Yes.
Sir, this arrangement was made as per the instruction issued by the Principal Secretary of Housing and Urban Development Department. Health officer was in charge of health related issues, and the sanitation matter was looking after by an OS officer.
No, once you, Mr. Commissioner, once you point out that what difficulty your CMC is facing
sir,
because of that order passed, then they may modify it. What is there?
sir.
Ground reality आपण माने जानुचंती सेग्रीगेट ହେଲା ପରେ ଯଦି ତାଙ୍କ ଅଣ୍ଡରରେ ରହୁନି କଣ ଅସୁବିଧାଟା ଫେସ୍ କରୁଛି ଆପଣ ମାନେ ହୃଦୟଙ୍ଗମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି so
Sir.
why not bringing it to the notice of the authority so that something can be done in that
And-
regard.
And
Because
to
at least
assure that your secretary or housing and urban will not be so inflexible and insensitive to the
Sir.
issue. So the initiative should be taken by you.
Sir, definitely.
All right, we are taking up the next matter. The next matter is Petanala.
Yes.
The advocates committee submitted on that day that unless the Petanala is cleared, the dengue problem in the Cuttack city is likely to aggravate, and it is stated by the CMC authorities that Petanala is under the jurisdiction of Executive Engineer Drainage Division, Gandarpur, Cuttack, under the Department of Water Resources. So we asked the Executive Engineer to appear before us. Of course, that day we could not hold court. Is he here?
My lord,
Yes.
physical present, my lord. Giving a report.
Ask the nodal officer also to be there.
Yes.
Either he is there or he has left. I don't know. Let him be present.
Where is the nodal officer of this collector?
Yes, present.
Okay.
Kindly be present, Mr. IDM.
Yeah.
We'll seek
Present,
your assistance. Yes, we will seek your assistance. Kindly be there.
Mr. Nayak, please give the names of the
Madam.
officers who are appearing for. Yes, please apprise us. You have given a report to the.
Sir, namaskar. पेटानाଳ फास्ट फेज वर्क रे आमे सर ताकू सेक्टर 10 ब्रिज रु बिडानासी ब्रिज जे हमर वाल कंस्ट्रक्शन सरी जाईची आउ रेनोवेशन वर्क सरी जाईची आउ एबे सेकंड फेज प्रपोजल हमर मूव हेची बिडानासी ब्रिज रु बेलव्यूस लुइस जाए सेटा EICWR पठेइचंती सेक्रेटरी को 25/11 पठेइचंती लेटर एनक्लोज अछि आ सर एबे सर डेंगू पई आमे आउथरे सर ताकू वीड क्लियरेंस करई दीचु प्रेजेंट फोटोग्राफ भी सर एनक्लोज करछु सर
कोडा प्रेजेंट प्रोग्राम
आदि सर कंप्लीट हे जाईची
नहीं है नहीं मैं थिली सकाळे आस्ती से
अश्विनी हॉस्पिटल पूरा कंप्लीट हे जाईची
10 नंबर पाखरु बिडानासी ब्रिज पर्यंत किछि हेनी दी पट रास्ता रे गदा हिची जिंस पानी भितरु मशा भुर भुर बही बाहरछु दळ भी अछि मु फोटो
फोटोडा टिके देखि ना एटा देख से आजिया देइजन
आदि सर आज
रोड रे जाउछन
आगे मोर घरटा सी साइड रे मु दिल्ली जाउ
आजिकार फोटो देइछन नहीं
से आगे सर अश्विनी हॉस्पिटल कथा कहउछंती बट फ्रॉम सेक्टर 10 टू बिडानासी आगे दଳ ଅଛି भर्ती ହେଇଛି ଏପଟ ସେପଟ ଦଳ
ସେ ଦଳ କଢା ହେଇଛି
ଆଉ ଆଜ୍ଞା ଭୁର ଭୁର ହେଇକି ମଶା ସେଠୁ ବାହାରୁଛନ୍ତି ପାଣି ଭରିକି
सर एक्चुअली सर पेटानाळर नेचुरल इनफ्लो किछि नाही सेतरे सर ताकू सर जो डिसीजन हेतला सेतरे सीरीज ऑफ बोरवेल कराय कि नेचुरल वाटर फ्लो करथिले तार सर बीओडी कमी थांदा नल सर तार जे जेति सर स्टॉर्म वाटर पडुची सेतरे सर मैक्सिमम स्वेज वाटर पडुची सेति पई तार सर मस्किटो पई किछि करि होबनी सेटा आइदर ताकू आमे सर सजेशन किछिटा सर एनक्लोज करचु पेज नंबर 6 रे सर अछि चीफ इंजीनियर लेटर करचंती
ओरिजिनल स्कीम टा काई चेंज से कॉन्ट्रैक्टर छाडी पळैतला कोन
पेज नंबर 6 रे कोन
से कथाटा कोन
कोन लिखछन
Sir, there should be no direct disposal of untreated sewage sellage to the Petanala. All the inlets of CNC into the Petanala should be capped, properly covered. New drains may be constructed on both sides of Petanala to STP for treatment, after which it may be allowed to Petanala. तापर सर जो underground efficacy of the existing underground sewer lines and chambers in carrying sewage may be examined, and if required, new pipelines and chambers may be constructed by WATCO Series of borewells may be constructed alongside Petanala for recharging the channel with fresh water. This would result in maintaining water quality with flow as necessary. Fencing on both sides of Petanala with wire mesh should be provided so that garbage
You see this
cannot be
this
thrown.
this fencing.
Sir,
ଏଠି ଆମେ କହୁଛୁ ଆପଣ ଫେନ୍ସିଂ କରନ୍ତୁ ଇଏ କରୁ ଆପଣ you are now coming up with an excuse ଯେହେତୁ ଫେନ୍ସିଂ ହେଉଛି ଆମର ଆମେ କ୍ଲିୟର କରିପାରୁନୁ the machine is not able to go.
May I suggest, my lords?
So,
Watco is
no,
I'm so sorry,
Nayak,
my lord.
so ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆପଣ ଫେନ୍ସିଂ କରୁଛନ୍ତି do it in such a manner
That there is way for yes.
there should be some fences where the fence can be removed
and yes,
and the machine can go in and
then we
this
can
is
put
no
it back
excuse.
also. Yes, my lords, what I suggest is
And they are saying because the orders have been passed for fencing, we are not able to clear. That is never the intention of the orders of this.
Absolute, my lords, what I am suggesting.
And these are the basic things for everything. We have need to pass an order.
No, my lord, need not be.
सर କରିବା କଥା ସେମାନେ ଡୋର କରିବେନି ସାର୍ ଡୋର କରିକି ଲକ୍ ଲଗେଇବେ ଖୋଲିବେ
I have a small suggestion. May I, my lords, give it?
Yes, please.
The executive engineer who is in charge of Petanala as of right now, the city engineer CMC and Watco authorities. Since this includes all three authorities, let them sit
Where is
together.
Watco?
Mr. Bhuyan is there.
Executive engineer,
CMC, sorry, my lords, drainage division, who is right now here. My lords, Watco authorities, GM Watco,
Watco,
and the city engineer CMC.
city engineer, CMC.
My lords,
Yes.
let them convene a meeting. Let them decide on how to best solve this problem because all three agencies have worked there, my lords.
Is it a problem? 18 jana hele sort out
Again.
Where is the city engineer?
He's there. He's there. Yes, Melody is there.
सर टाइम फ्रेम कर दियो सर
Let them first
we
sit
say
down.
that let them sit
My lords.
within a week. Let them sit together.
Discuss all the issues, my lord, related to Petanala and
dealt with ei jo jaha suggestions guda ka asichi e guda ka ame note down karibo order ei jo 6 ta kon apun deichanti ei hele ko jinso hei paribo 6 ta to suggestion apun deichanti to taku basikini work out kemti hobo se jinso apun karikini gote sapta niu ta par sapta re apun eta ku report debe
because in some areas, Mr. Naik, I don't know whether you have there are some colonies where the sewage is directly let out into this.
Yes. That's
one thing which can I don't want to name it because it won't be proper. That is that when you go into that LIC building, that road which is connecting, that there are the Gramma Bank. Go to the jo Bihar achi, all they don't have sewage. Yes. And the CDA has allowed them to construct.
LIC mein CDA LIC.
No, not CDA. I said Cuttack Development Authority. They are not doing anything.
Adjacent to the canal.
And I think Mr. Samal is in charge of Cuttack Development Authority. Yes. Who is in charge of Cuttack Development Authority?
The commissioner CMC is vice chairman.
City engineer, storage system play. City engineer is involved. City yesterday today also. So how many inlets of CMC are there?
Total sir 23 inlets, out of which 6 are Watco and 17 are CMC.
6 of Watco. 6 are Watco and 17 of CMC.
Sir.
CDA time or CMC. So at least this can be addressed immediately.
Sure.
But see, as Mr. Samal.
Mr. Samant.
No.
Sir, namaskar, sir.
No, I want the commissioner.
Oh,
he is the vice chairman
Mr.
of
Patra.
Mr. Patra.
sir.
Mr. Patra.
Sir.
ଆପଣ ତ ଏବେ CDA vice chairman ଅଛନ୍ତି ନା?
Sir.
So kindly, chairman is the minister.
Yes.
Honorable minister is the chairman. Mr. Patra, kindly look into this. ବହୁତ ଗୁଡେ ସେଠି ଗୁଡେ ବିହାର ହେଇଛି ଯାହାର କି ସୁଏଜ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ନାହିଁ.
Sir.
ଲୋକ ସିଧା ସୁଏଜ ଟା ସେ ନାଳକୁ ଛାଡୁଛନ୍ତି.
Sir.
Kindly look into this. You should not have allowed this to happen.
Sir.
Should not have. ଆପଣ ତାଙ୍କର plan approve କଲେ କେମିତି?
immediately visit କରନ୍ତୁ ତାକୁ କରିକିନି ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଯାହାର ନାହିଁ
Yes, Mr. Mahapatra, you are appearing for the CDA ना नहीं आप करना नहीं
I can text it.
ଏଠି କେହି ପକ୍ଷ ନାହାନ୍ତି ଏଠି ସମସ୍ତେ ପକ୍ଷ
ठीक है, I will take it to public. No, I will take it.
No,
ସେ ମହାପାତ୍ର ଏଠି ପକ୍ଷ କେ ନାହାନ୍ତି କି ପକ୍ଷପାତିତା ନାହିଁ
please, what is
this is a recurring issue, Mr. Mahapatra. I was telling the commissioner also, since he is in charge of CDA. So, people have constructed double-storied buildings, but there is no sewage, soak pit at all.
For CDA.
Bima Bihar and Gramya Bank alone. I am not naming the. I don't want them to be named. But kindly look into it. It's a very serious issue. And if you are grappling with the clearing of Petanala, and if you don't address this, then the entire exercise will be an exercise in futility. That is what is the concern being expressed by the technical expert. The drainage engineer, what he's saying is correct.
Plan approval will name Nala Kovate River Conjugal. Plan approval.
So, as suggested by Mr. Nayak, this has to be addressed and let there somebody from CDA also be there. City engineer today morning I have discussed with him and sending some photographs. He has suggested tomorrow he will visit that place with me. We will visit that place accordingly. He will do that.
To remain from the CDA, that meeting is to be convened. All these problems which have been there.
Mr. Patra, who will represent the CDA?
Meeting is to be convened.
Technical member.
So that this Petanala issue can be sorted out.
And Mr. Patra, this meeting can't take place in the confines of your office.
No.
They should come to the ground, make a visit, find out what are the difficulties, try to address it.
He will show that what are the, he has mentioned it, he will show that if,
Sir, definitely, sir, I got honorable court jo order kale, our concerned department and along with myself, we will visit the spot. Thereafter, we will sit together to find out the solution.
Okay. There will be a meeting of all of you. That executive engineer will be there, city engineer CMC will there, then GM Watco will be there, and you will remain also there, and so that you visit the spot. That is the most important thing.
Yes, Mr. Bhuya, Watco, your GM is available.
Yes,
your GM is available.
Watco GM.
Who is the person in charge? Who will go? Mr. Bhuya, there is a reason why this court is asking this. Yes. Because every time what we are finding is whatever, at least so far as Watco is concerned, this is somewhat very baffling. There is no one who can take a decision. Whoever goes there says that I do not have the authority, I have to take authority from somebody else. We do not want that to happen. If we are asking 4 other officers or 4 other departments to combine and make a visit, we want the Watco person also who will be in a position to take a decision. He will not look backwards, forwards, and this and that.
Yes. Who is that officer? Who will be that officer?
You give us the name of the officer by designation.
Yes, previously he is now transferred.
Please tell the name, we'll mention. Please tell the name within 5 minutes.
Manoranjan Jena.
Manoranjan Jena. Who is he?
General Manager.
Manoranjan Jena.
Yes.
He is the general manager.
General manager, Watco. Watco division.
Okay. So you give that report and we'll take up a week after. I will fix that date. Okay, please take your seat. And
Mr. Mahapat, kindly also try to.
No problem. I will apply that and also.
And Mr. Bhuya also kindly tell them.
Yes, sir.
Whatever date that is convenient to all of you to be fixed, and you make a joint inspection or survey, whatever you call it, and you give us this, suggest the solution so that it will be a combined one. Otherwise, what is happening? He is saying that it is his job. He is saying that it is this job.
That work cannot be done inside.
Has to be engineer. No. We are not concerned with any particular person. We want that jointly this effort should be made, and this issue should be addressed in a conjoined manner, in an effective manner.
Okay, now next issue is that is as per the list, problems faced by the residents of CDA Ward number 6, and order was passed on 26/9/2024, and Mr. Samant, city engineer, filed an affidavit wherein it is indicated that the repair works has already started and it would be completed by 31st October 2024.
Is there, my lord?
Yes, Mr. Samant, that Ward number 6 problem, you have filed an affidavit.
Sir, sir.
So that work is completed.
So it is now, sir, completion stage.
We'll ask the advocate committee to visit and give the report. If
Sir,
you say that it is completed.
advocate member କଥା ହେଇଥିଲି sir, ଆମେ କାଲି ପୁଣି visit କରୁ sir. ଆଜି sir କାମ sir completion stage ରେ ଅଛି sir.
No, this statement and affidavit which is made in 26/9/2024, and in the meantime 2 months have already passed. So that has not been completed, but you assured that it will be completed by 31st October.
Sir.
So how much time you further require? Tell us, we'll mention it.
Sir, tomorrow I'll visit sir. Sir, then only sir I can tell.
Then why did you mention in your affidavit that the work will be completed by 31st October 24?
Complicated sir execution ଥିଲା sir, ଏଟା ବହୁତ defunct sir ଅଛି. Already କାମ sir ଆମେ ଚାଲି sir, completion stage ଅଛି sir. Sir ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି sir 15 days ଆମେ sir complete କରିବୁ sir, within 15 days sir.
If you want 15 days, all right.
Sir, 15 days will.
Tomorrow when you visit this place, the advocate committee members of that particular ward will be there with you, and they will also accompany and see that.
Yes, sir.
So that the advocates, they have to come to the court also.
ଆପଣ ସକାଳ ବେଳେ ଯାଆନ୍ତୁ, ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ସେମାନେ ରହିବେ ପାଖରେ ଏବଂ ରହିକିନି ତାଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ ସମସ୍ୟା ରହୁଛି ସେ କହିବେ ଏବଂ ଆପଣ କେତେ ଶୀଘ୍ର କଣ ତାଙ୍କୁ କରିଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ଆପ୍ରାଇଜ କରିବେ, ଆଉ ଯୋଉ କହିଛନ୍ତି 15 ଦିନ ଭିତରେ ସରିଯିବ ବୋଲି ସେ ସବୁ ଦେଖିନା ଆସି କୋର୍ଟ କୁ ଜଣେଇବେ।
ଇଏ ରହିବ ସଡିଂ ଭାବରେ ଦି ଜଣ ଅଛନ୍ତି,
ନା ଦି ଜଣ
ଦି ଜଣ
ନାଇଁ ଠିକ ଅଛି, ଆପଣଙ୍କ ନାଁ ଦି ଜଣ କିଏ ଯୋଉ ଦି ଜଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି?
Sir, I would take kind submission sir in paternal case sir. There is 3 GMs in Watco. There are 3 numbers of GM in Watco. Watco drainage, Watco water supply, and Watco sewerage. So 3 GMs must be present in the meeting.
I'll ensure. I'll talk to the relevant person.
ଇଏଟା ଦେଇଦିଅ ସେ ଯାହା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ସେ ଯୋଉ ଆମେ
Mr. Bhuya is there.
ଭୂୟାଁ କହିଲେ ଖାଲି ମନୋରଞ୍ଜନ ଜେନାଙ୍କ ନାଁ କହିଲେ।
Mr. Bhuya.
ସେ ଯୋଉ ଅନ୍ୟ ଦି ଜଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି କି ତାଙ୍କ ନାଁ
Water resources has no work there. So drainage and sewerage have worked there.
ତାଙ୍କ ନାଁ
Yeah, our the CMC city engineer says in that in the case of that Petanalo, presence of 2 of your officers would be necessary. So
one is that Manoranjan Jena, general manager, and who is the other?
Achyuta Behera.
Attanu Behera.
Achyuta Behera.
Achyutaranjan Behera.
I'll give it. I'll leave those.
Ranjan Behera. What is his designation?
GM drainage.
GM drainage. Acha.
And Mr. Samanta, kindly go to the field.
Sure, sir.
All right.
I beg your pardon, my lord. ମୁଁ 8 ନମ୍ବର କଥା ଟିକେ କହୁଛି। ଚିଫ୍ ଇଞ୍ଜିନିୟର ତ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ରାସ୍ତାଟା କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଯୋଉ ପିଚୁ ପକଉଛନ୍ତି ପକେଇକିରି ଗଲା ପରେ ତା ପରଦିନ ଉଠି ଯାଉଛି ସେ ପିଚୁ ଗୁଡା।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଟିକେ please. The next item is ward number 27 ରେ ସେ ଗୋଟେ କଣ ହେଇଥିଲା?
So there was, my lord, that junior engineer who was there. The allegation from the bar was that she was never a junior engineer and she was made to appear because the Honorable Court asked her to appear. In that, my lord, flag 194, my lord, flag 194, there is an affidavit that had filed on 6/11.
Flag 194.
Again.
Acha. देखियो
still in employment.
It's a complicated situation. I want to, my lords, draw my lord's attention to the affidavit file so the situation is clear.
ଅକ୍ଷୟ ବେହେରା ଦେଇଥିଲେ ସେ ଏକ୍ସ କର୍ପୋରେଟର।
I'm submitted.
Flag number 194.
194.
Yes.
My lords, page 2, paragraph 4.
It is the affidavit of Mr. Patro,
My lords.
Commissioner CMC.
My lords.
Page number?
Page 2, my lords, para 4.
Page 2, para 4.
My lords. May I place, my lords?
Yes, yes.
It's humbly submitted that as per the assignment made by the State Urban Development Agency functioning under the government in Housing and Urban Development Department, Ms. Abhipsa Patnaik, along with 3 numbers of persons, were engaged in the CMC as implementation experts to look after different works undertaken within the urban local bodies of Odisha under the Mukhyamantri Karma Tatpara Abhijan, Mukta scheme, and other related government scheme programs through an outsourcing agency selected by the government in Housing and Urban Development Department, namely XCAM Ventures Private Limited, Punjab, on contractual basis. After their engagement in CMC by the government in Housing and Urban Development Department, their services were placed in the engineering branch of the corporation. Since they hold the qualification of degree engineering in civil engineering, they are eligible to look after the civil construction work undertaken by the CMC. It is humbly submitted there is shortage of engineering personnel like junior engineers, assistant engineers, etc. in CMC to look after different developmental works undertaken in the 59 wards of the CMC. So Ms. Abhipsa Patnaik, along with other implementation experts, as stated above, were engaged to look after the day-to-day developmental works. Hence, the said persons were entrusted to supervise the developmental works as ward junior engineers. Therefore, Ms. Abhipsa Patnaik was assigned to look after the developmental works of ward number 27, along with ward numbers 21, 26, and 28. The copies of those office orders are there in the annexure A series. It is humbly submitted that since Ms. Patnaik was in charge of all the construction works undertaken in ward number 27, her name had been mentioned against the ward number 27 as junior engineer instead of implementation expert. It may be pertinent to submit that in absence of a regular junior engineer, Ms. Abhipsa Patnaik was discharging the duties of a junior engineer in the said ward. It is humbly submitted that as no relevant order was issued by the Housing and Urban Development Department to the CMC, it was reasonably expected, anticipated that the contract with the outsourcing agency by which Ms. Abhipsa Patnaik along with others were engaged may be extended. In this connection, it is pertinent to mention here that their engagement in CMC by the government through the aforementioned outsourcing agency has continued from 2021 until 39/2024.
Now, we took up this matter on 2nd or something like
My
that.
lords. So, my lords,
2nd or 3rd,
yes, my lords. So, we expected the government to increase the extend the tenure of the contract. There was no other person at that point of time, and that usually happens, my lords. After the tenure expires, the government issues a post facto approvals. So, since there was nobody else at that point of time, we had to ask her to come and apprise, my lords, as to what was happening in those words. That is the factual situation. So that was, my lords, I think published in the newspapers that nobody is there without understanding the entire factual situation. That's how this confusion was created.
But this should not have been there had it been brought to our notice.
We asked on that day, we recollect that ଆମେ କହିଲୁ ଯେ 27 number ward ରେ जो application ଆସିଲା ଆମେ କହିଲୁ virtually appear କରିବା ପାଇଁ ସେ appear କଲା ପରେ କହିଲେ ଇଏ ହଉଛନ୍ତି JE ବୋଲି କହିଲେ.
She also readily agreed.
I in fact had
question. She has explained.
So I had not been aware of this entire factual situation that 39 the contract has been terminated. It had not been extended when my lords called her.
That was highlighted by
yes. This is the situation, my lords. Typically, my lords, those.
By the way, se jo 27 number ward ra kaam complete hela na nahi.
My lord had directed the advocates come to visit. We had given a report to each of those wards and.
CMC का पाखे कौन information अच्छी?
Hello, city engineer will submit.
Yes, sir.
27 number ward रो कौन कामो टिके कहि दिन.
So सामंत
27 number ward रो जो कामो पाई बाहर थिला जो जे ठीक ठाक कामो होनी आ कोन राती रो एटा बाहर थिला बोले एंती राती या पिछु कोन सकाळ अभी still remember it. सेठी पाई से कहले नाइ मु निजे रही किनी देखिबी से जो मैडम अपियर कले अभिप्सा पटनायक मु निजे रही किनी देखिबी काम ठीक ठाक हबो.
सर टोटल सर 27 नंबर 8 टा काम सर थिला सर 7 नंबर सर ऑलरेडी कंप्लीट सर ओनली वन इज ऑनगोइंग सर अछि
नाइ से जो रास्ता काम पई जो अभियोग हेतिला जोटा को हाइलाइट हेतिला न्यूज़पेपर रे जे कोन रास्ता काम सकाळे कोन राती रे करचंदी
राती रे पिछु सकाळ उठी जाउछ.
हां एई हेडिंग रे बाहरथिला तो वर्तमान ठीक ठाक अछि तो हमें कहिबो एडवोकेट्स कमिटी को विजिट करिया पई ठीक अछि तो ओके.
अरे बुझी कौन ongoing कहउछन्ते पण ठीक कौन
नहीं गोटे काम ऑनगोइंग रास्ता काम कंप्लीट हो तो
सर 6टी काम सरिछि दुईटा ऑनगोइंग अछि सर सर
जेई कहि देले सेठ में एत कथा उठेला
she was not the JE.
इंचार्ज
But coordinator.
You do one thing, you please, Mr. Samant,
sir
make a visit to that particular ward. We are apart from other thing, we are concerned about that road condition, which was highlighted that the substandard work has been done.
sir
We do not know whether payment has been made to the contractor or not. So there must be some clause that up to what period that should remain under a particular condition. So if that has deteriorated and this is the whatever has been reported in the media is correct, then the action is to be taken against that contractor who has executed that work.
So I will also personally inquire it, sir.
I think these are the matters.
My lord.
सर आ गोटे
Road and the road work is concerned, my lord, CDA sector 6 is worst. We have communicated the Mr. Maji, who is the executive engineer of that R&B.
Who ward?
Sector 6. CDA, my lord, entire city.
Yeah.
नहीं वार्ड कंडीशन रोड कंडीशन पैथेटिक माय लॉर्ड बिहाइंड द जयप्रकाश नारायण पार्क
काम करंतु
माय लॉर्ड
कमिंग वीक रे आपनकर जो पर्टिकुलर वार्ड रो जो ये गुडा को रहिछि जोरा हमें सेत में कहितलु आपन रूटेड थ्रू करिवे थ्रू दैट वुड बी बेटर
माय लॉर्ड
आपन जहा जो प्रॉब्लम रहुछि इट शुड बी रूटेड टू द प्रेसिडेंट हम केते थर से
नहीं यस माय लॉर्ड वी हैव ऑलरेडी कम्युनिकेटेड टू प्रेसिडेंट
नो इट शुड कम इन ए फॉर्म बाय से मौखिक कहले किछि होबनी गुटे जस्ट that's a copy is to be handed over to the land and council for the CMC so that he will pass necessary instruction as per our order to execute that work मौखिक कहले हमर सेटा हेनी एमती हेनी सेम सेटा हमें अलाउ करनो जहाँ भी आपण कहउछंती it should be routed through him.
Yes madam, last time we have submitted this document for this.
Mr. Sahu, you also give whatever problem you have there, it should be routed through him. That is the order. It's not that individual we cannot allow, otherwise
just Birokishore Rai Path, we had filed an IM.
Acha.
So we had
Mr. Sahu, you have stopped collecting entrance fee from persons entering or not?
From 8th March 2022, that park was opened.
Who park ta pehले ko park?
Justice Birokishore
Rai Park.
Who is it?
Sir,
that right in front of Mr. Sahu, sir.
Yes, Mr. Chaudhary also.
No, CDA is there.
Yeah, yes. So by that time, the CMC deployed the persons after 1.5 years. And within that period, we arranged a particular person to collecting.
Mr. Sahu, Mr. Sahu,
I have mentioned
Mr. Sahu, don't say no.
Yes.
It is kindly give up this no. I for sure know it. We have not come from Mars, Mr. Sahu. Don't do that. Don't do that, Mr. Sahu.
You are right, my lord.
You not only that, you have prevented people from entering that. Don't do it, Mr. Sahu. It's a good thing that you have stopped. Anyway, let's leave it. It's a civic amenity which should be there for everyone, isn't it? Yes, Mr. Commissioner.
Who park ta kuchen?
Justice Birokishore Rai
Park. Please take note of it. Justice Birokishore Rai Park. Who is it?
CDA sector 6.
Sector 6. कौन सी समस्या कौन है
से समस्या टा मिलो रेगुलर बेसिस रे क्लीन होनी और सेटे 72 टा गछ अछि 72 टा गछ रे निश्चित पत्र पडियो से कहउछन पत्र एते की ओळेबो अच्छा आमे भी मझर मझर हम ओळावळी काम भी कर दू आ बहुत नंबर ऑफ एडवोकेट्स पे चौधरी भी करन बहुत एडवोकेट भी आसंती आसिकरी से ओळा कोन करे ना ओळा समान न हले कोन
ठीक है हां
cleaning has to be done.
Yes. CMC
So Commissioner, please see that one or regularly.
Two sweeper is required.
Sir, I noted, sir.
Okay.
सेटा सुनंतु से जो there must be a walking track there.
Yes, my lord.
ता ऊपर जदी आपनकर पत्र पडिबो ए जो सकाळू एबे काकर पडुची से चलला बेले people will slip.
Sir.
And incidentally, Mr. Patra,
why there are some parks which are being closed? Why are you the park? Which is that park? Not
ଦୟାଶ୍ରମ ମାଇଲଟ ଦୟାଶ୍ରମ ପାର୍କ ପାଖରେ ଗୋଟେ ଆଉ ୱାକିଂ ଗ୍ରାଉଣ୍ଡ ଅଫ ସତ୍ୟବ୍ରତ ଷ୍ଟାଡିୟମ
Working ground.
ସତ୍ୟବ୍ରତ ଷ୍ଟାଡିୟମ
ସେଟା
ସେଟା ହଉଛି ଭିତରେ ଆମେ ଯୋଉ ଚାଲୁଛୁ ଯାଇକି ସେଠି village ground.
Village, sorry,
We call it
village
village
ground.
ground. Where is the DSG?
ଭିଲେଜ ଗ୍ରାଉଣ୍ଡ ଦୟାନିଧି
Where is the DSG?
ଦୟାଶ୍ରମ
Was on BC.
Solicitor General.
Is there? Is there?
Mr. Padhi,
my lord.
we understand that this village ground, which is one of the oldest grounds of this Cuttack town, where you have the sports hostel by the side, where there is a walking track around that ground. Is there any issues relating to ASI?
I didn't examine. I have to examine. I didn't have that.
If you examine that and let and place it before this court, then only we can ask the CMC.
Then I'll
Because if it is an ASI property and ASI puts a red flag, no one can do anything. So either you maintain it or you allow the CMC to maintain it. The condition of village ground is very bad. This requires immediate attention.
ଗଛ ଭର୍ତ୍ତି ହେଇଛି ଆଜ୍ଞା ବୁସ୍ କଟି
No, so many people they are using that. And so also, Mr. Commissioner, what happened to those high mast lights to be put up in the parks?
high mast light park ଆମେ କରୁଛୁ ନା
Mr. Chaudhary, you kindly get, so far as civic, so far as parks are concerned, as Mr. Sahoo is saying,
my lord,
you give us a
details, my lord.
through the
I'll
learned precedents.
Water fountain is there that has not been.
Yes, we will submit. We will submit that.
No, that is good, Mr. Sahoo. If you are doing a public service, you should be. We are happy for that. Kindly give it through the learned precedents.
Yes, my lord.
Because
My
And
CMC has not helped for that region. We collected that day. Nowadays we are not collecting.
Collection.
CMC is incapable.
No. They are capable. They are doing. No, they will deport to
ये जो पार्क गुड़ाक अच्छी are you able to hear us?
Sir.
पार्क गुड़ाक अच्छी what my esteemed brother कहले हमर तो order अच्छी previous order we'll look
Sir.
at next time ये जो lighting proper नहीं सेठी सेटा को देखंतु आउ can clean सेटा केमती maintain हो जेति को पार्क जोड़ा को रही छी जो कहले जो पार्क गुड़ाक रही छी हमर बारवाडी स्टेडियम रु अप टू नहीं कि आपनकर बिजू पटनायक ये पर्यंत कोनसा सेल्टर छक साइड रे बिजू पटनायक हमर स्टेडियम पाखरु से जो रोड टा जाईची अप टू सत्यव्रत ये जो अप टू सेल्टर छक both sides is one of the honorable justice also stays there तेणु से जो पार्क गुड़ाक एवं अन्य पार्क गुड़ाक जोठी ହେଇଗଲାଣି रेगुलरली क्लीनिंग होउनी एवं लाइटिंग अरेंजमेंट करंतु कथा होची जे जो माने डिफरेंटली एबल्ड पर्सन्स दिव्यांग माने सेठी जिबा पई तो आपनकर किछि अछि सेमती सिस्टम जो माने कर व्हील चेयर रे मन कर आसीबे से माने टी पार्क रे तांग बुलेइबे तो सेमान को नेबे केमती आपण जदी स्लोपिंग न करूचंती सेमती
मिस्टर कमिश्नर शुणु धरतु बर्तन से जयप्रकाश नारायण पार्क तार दीटा एंट्री अच्छी गोटे एंट्री एटलिस्ट आपण सेतरे गोटे रैंप करि परिबे व्हिच कैन बी यूज्ड बाय डिफरेंटली एबल्ड
sir I'm noted sir
माने सेना भितर को आसीले तांको से माने भितरे तांको विद द असिस्टेंस ऑफ अदर से माने जिबे किंतु दे कांट इवन एंटर दैट
sir I noted sir
the same facility should be there wherever civic amenities you are providing जोठी हमर जोठी पार्क अछि सबुठी आपण डिफरेंटली एबल्ड को पई करंतु
sir I noted sir
And another thing, you say that stick no bills ଆପଣ ସବୁଠି ମାରନ୍ତୁ। ଆପଣ ପାର୍କରେ ସୁନ୍ଦର ଭାବରେ ସେଠି ଆପଣ ସେଠି ଆପଣ ସେ ତୁଳିରେ କାମ ହେଇଛି, ତା ଉପରେ ଏଠି ରୁମ୍ ଆଭେଲେବୁଲ ଫର ରେଣ୍ଟ କିଏ ଗୋଟେ ମାରିଲାଣି ଟେଣ୍ଟ ହାଉସ୍, ଟେକ୍ ଆକ୍ସନ ଅଗେନ୍ଷ୍ଟ ଦେମ୍।
Sir.
They can't advertise at the cost of the public exchequer.
Sir.
ସେଗୁଡ଼ା ଆପଣ ମାନେ କେହି କିଛି କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି। You should have been doing that. ହାଇମାକ୍ସ ଲାଇଟ୍ ଟା କଥା କହିବା ପାଇଁ କହୁଥିଲି। differently abled is very important.
No, you will mention that in that today's order that you have assured us to make this provision. Proper.
ବିଜୁ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକ ପାର୍କ ରେ ଅଛି for differently abled. Ramp ଅଛି? There is no ramp. No ramp. Mr. Commissioner, kindly look into this. You should have a ramp for allowing them to enter, and wherever you are having washroom facilities inside the parks, you should also provide them the access to use.
Sir.
That is their basic right.
ବିଜୁ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକ ପାର୍କ ଆପଣ କହିଥିଲେ ବୋଧେ ନଭେମ୍ବର ଏଣ୍ଡ ରେ ଖୋଲିବା ପାଇଁ ନା ଡିସେମ୍ବର ଏଣ୍ଡ ରେ?
December 1st.
We have recorded it in one of our orders. That was, I think, your affidavit or something like that.
Sir.
Sir, November 30th ରେ ସେ hand over କରିବ sir agency.
Okay.
Our completion already completed sir.
You open it for the public. That was if the work has been completed and
ସେଠି ramp ଅଛି?
ramp pro ନିଅନ୍ତୁ।
ସେଠି ramp ଅଛି?
lamp ଅଛି sir.
ନା ଅଛି ଆମେ ଦେଖିନୁ। No, that's a different. ତାଲା ସିନା ଆଗ ସିନା ଭିତରେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର walking track ଅଛି। Somebody who uses a wheelchair or somebody using a walking aid, he should be able to walk and go inside. Thereafter he will use that. Why should we be depriving them at the threshold?
କହିଥିଲି ସାର୍ 27 କୋଟି ଟଙ୍କା ଖର୍ଚ୍ଚ ହେଇଛି।
No, that's it.
My lord, 30th November ରେ ଖୋଲିବେ ବୋଲି କହିଛି। ଆଜ୍ଞା, my lord.
Which is that order?
Order number, my lord, 193 on 30th 10/24. Order number 193.
193 dated
30th October 24.
30th October 2024.
My lord.
এটা CMC কমিশনার কর স্টেটমেন্ট দিলা না
affidavit? CMC নোডাল অফিসর কর থিলা অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেটিভ both
নোডাল অফিসর এন্ড CMC
কইছিলে যে আমি
30th number 24 মানে permit shall read the complete development and modernization of Biju Patnaik Park is now on completion stage. The work is being done by the CD authority through the executing agency, namely NPCC, National Project Construction Corporation, Government of India undertaking organization. The completion date of the said project is 15th March 25 as per agreement. But the work is now on completion stage. Hence, NPCC has been directed by CD authorities to complete the work by 30th November 24. Okay. After the completion of the handing over the said park by NPC to CDA, the said park can be able to be open and functional for public utility process.
Okay. So see that is done. Because
last
days are yes.
Sir, judicial complex होची in front of Ashwin Hospital front रे sir जोटा। सर ସେଥିରେ କଣ ହଉଛି ନା ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସାର୍ ସତୀ ଚୌରା ପାଖରେ ସାର୍ ଗଲା ବେଳକୁ ଗୋଟେ ଗାର୍ବେଜ ଗଦା ହେଇଛି ସାର୍ ପାହାଡ ଭଳିଆ ସେଠି। ସାର୍ ତାକୁ ରିମୁଭ କରିବା ନିହାତି ଦରକାର। ସେ ଯେ ସମସ୍ତେ ସେଟା ମେନ୍ ରୋଡ ସାର୍ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ହେଇଯାଇଛି। ସାର୍ ସତୀ ଚୌରା ପାଖରେ ଲେଫ୍ଟ ହ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ ସାଇଡ ଗଲା ବେଳକୁ ଠିକ ଏକ୍ସାକ୍ଟଲି ଆମର ସାର୍ ଜୁଡିସିଆଲ କମ୍ପ୍ଲେକ୍ସ ତାର ପଛଟା ଏକ୍ସାକ୍ଟଲି ମାନେ ଯୋଉ all other side.
Mr. Commissioner,
sir,
the Lieutenant President of the High Court Bar Association is pointing out a particular place, sir, where there is stacking of huge garbage.
Sir.
So you see dumping of the garbage, and it should be removed during course of the day or by tomorrow.
Sir, sir, बहुत दिन लगेगा तब sir से माने
do it by this within 2 to 3 days, right?
Sir, my submission is sir. Sir, ଆମର ଯୋଉ ଟାଉନ ର ଯୋଉ ଆମର ସାର୍ ଗାର୍ବେଜ ଡେଲି କଲେକ୍ସନ ହଉଛି ସେଇଟା ଆମର ସତୀ ଚୌରା ପାଖରେ ଯୋଉ MCC MRF ଅଛି ସେଠି ଆମେ ରଖୁଛୁ। ସେଠୁ ସାର୍ ଚକ୍ରଧରପୁରକୁ ସାର୍ ହଉଛି ସିଫ୍ଟେଡ୍ ହଉଛି ଯୋଉଠି ଆମର ଡମ୍ପିଂ ୟାର୍ଡ ଅଛି। ଏବେ ଆମେ ସାର୍ ଟାଉନ ବାହାରେ ଆମେ ଜାଗା ହଉଛି କଲେକ୍ଟରଙ୍କୁ ବି ଲେଖିଛୁ, ତହସିଲଦାରଙ୍କୁ ଲେଖିଛୁ, ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଜାଗା କୋଉଠି ଆଭେଲେବୁଲ ପାଇଁ ଦେଲେ आमे सर ए टाउन भितरे जो लाइक सची चौरा पाखरे जेंते एमसीसी एमआरएफ अछि और टाउन लेबे आउ 13टा जगह रे अछि सेडा का हम टाउन बाहर को नवा पई प्रपोजल देइछु जदि सर जेते शीघ्र सर हमको जमीटा मिल जिवो कलेक्टर पाखरे हम परसु करूछु मैटर ता हम सर
no, please try to understand the place where he is addressing. ଆମର ଯୋଉ district court complex ନୂଆ ଯୋଉ କଟକ ର ଖୋଲିବ ଅଶ୍ୱିନୀ ହସ୍ପିଟାଲ ପାଖାପାଖି ଗୋଟେ plot that is there. तो सेही पाखापाखी
हाँ सेटा सर होची जस्ट जोटा हमर जोटा सती चौरा अछि सती चौरा सर पाखरु सीधा गला को कृषक बाजार सेठी 100 मीटर रे सर एकदम गदा हिचे पहाड़ भलिया सब कमिश्नर नोज इट सर
I think that is the main collection.
That is the main collection center.
How do you say?
Dumping yard.
No, that's the main collection center.
Main collection center.
That is a dumping yard. Right.
But if it is a dumping ward, it should be kept somewhere in rasta side रे केमति आनी गदउछंदी.
रेगुलर नो लिफ्टिंग हो
have a discussion with the collector also over this issue. We will mention in that order what Mr. Das pointed out, that you have to take immediate steps to remove that that dumping ward. It should be shifted to some other place. Be a judicial order passed today.
Sir.
You wanted to say something? No, my lord. So I had filed an affidavit that was long back on exactly this issue. Next day I'll produce that affidavit. Also go through it. It's a very detailed affidavit on garbage collection.
Mr. Naik, what we want, this court wants is that all the dumping yard should be shifted out of because when the dumping yard was started, then there was no,
it was outskirts.
It was outskirts. But now that will become the hub of activity now with the huge judicial complex that is coming up. So that so far as crematorium is concerned, that has to be there. We can't do anything about it. But
the identification of a place, there was opposition to any place being used for dumping. In fact, the huge opposition. So I think they had faced some difficulty then. But I think there is a joint effort with the district administration. It should get resolved.
ଆମର ସାର୍ ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ଥିଲା ତଳଦଣ୍ଡା କେନାଲ ପାଖରେ ସେମାନେ ସାର୍ ୟୁଜ ଗଦା ହଉଥିଲା ସେଠି ସେମାନେ ଚକ୍ରଧରପୁର ନେଇକି ସାର୍ ସେମାନେ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ସୋ ଏଟା
କରିପାରିବେ
ଚକ୍ରଧରପୁର ନେବେ
ସବୁ ଜାଗା ହେଇ ପାରିବ. We will find out. So we'll find out.
In this, Mr. Das, you have a great role to play as the representatives of the elite representatives of the citizens. There cannot be any better representative than a lawyer. So as lawyers, you have to motivate people. This has to be given priority. ताको आपन को बुझाया को पड़िबो जे एटा हेई परिबोनी किंतु अन्य जगह रे हबो एंड कारण जो जगह गले सेठी there will be opposition. So the role of the bar in this is very pivotal. So you must take the lead in this.
एटा भी एते दूर तो नहीं हबो ना माने ताको नॉलेज
पुनी नॉलेज से आपन carry करिया that is also not permissible. There is a norm which prescribed beyond a point it can't.
I'll produce that affidavit. It's there in the records. This record has become so voluminous that I am not immediately able to find it. I'll find that affidavit.
At least one has to be addressed immediately, Mr. Naik. Is that one which is there near Satichora?
That is the major one. That is where
the major one because the judicial complex will be coming. I think revenue, everyone, all officers will be there.
My lord.
So
exchange office also.
That will be a huge.
Let the district administration also.
Office that
main road सेटा main road sir
it is main road. Very soon it is
a major role, my lords.
Mr. Nodal Officer,
ADM.
The ADM.
Sir.
जो प्रॉब्लम टा वर्तमान प्रेसिडेंट कहिले जो से डंपिंग यार्ड विषय रे सती चौरा को लागी कि गोटे डंपिंग यार्ड रहूची से डंपिंग यार्ड टाकू अन्य कोनोसी जागा को शिफ्टिंग केमती करा जीवो बा अन्य जोड़ाक डंपिंग यार्ड रही कटक भितरे ताकू गोटे सुइटेबल प्लेस को केमती शिफ्ट करा जीवो से पाई जहाँ कमिशनर कहले जे सुइटेबल लैंड आइडेंटिफाई हवा दरकार. So we are mentioning that in our today's order. So you apprise the collector and also the other authorities so that how a suitable place can be identified so that steps can be taken for shifting of these dumping yards.
Noted, sir. I'll take it to the notice of collector. If he already alienation proposal is there, we'll definitely work on it within 15 days. If they have not done, then we will make a joint visit and identify suitable lands. Thereafter, the other formalities will follow.
Particularly for that particular Satish Yavara jota achi, that steps to be taken because a judicial complex is coming up and it is likely to be done at an earliest. So that should be done given a priority basis.
Yes,
Right?
Sir. Good, sir.
Well,
one thing is, front of the park, but there is toilet facilities there. शिशुवन फ्रंट जो पार्कटा ଅଛି ସେ टॉयलेट जोटा ଅଛି ତାର ସବୁ ଯେତିକି ଝୁଡି କୋଦାଳ କୁଡି ସବୁ ତା ଭିତରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସେଠି ଟୋଟାଲ ଯାଇ ହଉନି ସବୁ ଭଙ୍ଗା ଅଛି ସେଠି ସେମାନେ ଆଲାଉ କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି ତା ଭିତରୁ ଯିବାକୁ ତ ଆମେ ଯାଇଥିଲୁ ଯେ ତାକୁ ଆମକୁ ବହୁତ ଖରାପ ଭାଷାରେ କହିଲେ ଆମେ ତାକୁ କହିଲୁ ସେ ଯୋଉ ଶିଶୁवन ଫ୍ରଣ୍ଟରେ ବହୁତ
ଆପଣ ପ୍ରେସିଡେଣ୍ଟ ଙ୍କ ଥ୍ରୁ ରେ ଗୋଟେ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ କଣ ସେ ଯୋଉ ଇଏ କରି ତାକୁ ଆଡ୍ରେସ କରି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣ
ଆମେ ଯାଇ Yes, madam. All kinds of businesses are going on. Going on in front of this.
Sir, sir, what order करंतु sir जाके inspection के हम report टा दबो sir within 3 days sir entire mischief will report.
ଶିଶୁଭବନ ସାମ୍ନା ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କୃଷକ ବଜାର ଦେଇ ରାସ୍ତା connecting to main road. One by one. Where it will be one of the easy as it is, it's a premier institute. Still it's coming up in a new fashion.
शिशु भवन एंट्री गेट प्रोब्लेम से हेडिंग रे रहइबो
Kindly verify and sir गोटे डेट खाली कहले हम जाई के ताको
we'll mention in that.
Sir the front रे lot of mischiefs are there sir.
that
sir we noticed it
once you visit and report and then
sir हमें कोन की sir फेस बेटर प्रथम आगे आरो sir एसबी मेडिकल कॉलेज तक धरती एटा सर
नहीं एसबी मेडिकल कॉलेज तो अछि ना नेक्स्ट
अछि सर प्रथम नहीं थलो तपर एटा कहि थान सर एटा सर lot of mischiefs are going on the front side also
नहीं ठीक अछि
सब दुकान पर
ओके
sir the paisa collection
paisa yes CMC is incapable of employed the people for that reason we have collected that otherwise why you collected incapable
CMC no CMC commission is working very effectively
no CMC करतन कहीं ऐसे को
नहीं immediately they have
पत्र गछ तो पत्र पड़िबा
सौरभ साहू
Uh, Kindly just note down the persons who will be in that committee as suggested by the executive engineer. Kindly pass it on to the CDA.